Hello, people. Yesterday, we were talking about Proverbs chapter 6, and we were talking about how Solomon, in his great wisdom, draws comparisons between different things in order to teach us some of the lessons of life. I hope we're listening to what he has to say. Yesterday, he drew a comparison between an ant and a slug. An ant, he said, is got no commander. He says an ant gets out of bed early and he's working and he gets it, he clocks in and he does his job. And he loves his work. I'm just saying, how many of us really love our work? For many of us, work has become a curse. And the reason for that is we're doing it for the wrong reason. The reason that work has become a curse to many people is because they just find that I have to have money. I need money and I've got to earn money. I've got to pay the bills. I've got to feed the kids. I've got to do all that, put petrol in the car, and I need money. We're working for the wrong reason. And we're serving the wrong motive. If money is your only motive to work, that's bad. That's not cool at all. If money is your only motive for which you work, no wonder you perceive it to be a curse. No wonder you drag yourself out of bed every day and think, I do have to go back and face the same old boss, doing the same old thing, talking to the same old people, facing the same old challenges. You know, when you've got that same old mentality, it can be a miserable place to be. Why don't we try and find something positive about work? Find something that will, in our minds, change our psychology to say, I'm not just going to work for money, I'm working for fulfillment. Fulfillment for myself, because I know it's good for me, but fulfillment too for the kingdom of God. If I'm a good testimony at work, if I can share with my work companions, my workmates, something that is good by being seen with a good attitude, God will smile on that man. And it's only a matter of time before work becomes something that is spectacularly good. Now, I'm not saying this is a perfect formula for finding fulfillment in work, but it's a great starting point. When you think of the ant, as is the comparison for us, have a look at an ant. When you're really bored one day, go and sit outside in the garden and watch the ants at work. I'm always intrigued with these little guys, carrying these huge weights of grass that are so much heavier than them. And they make a line and they follow each other along the line. And then there's guys coming back the other way and they're probably going back to where the grass is to be found. And have you noticed how they always stop? and it looks like they talk to one another. They kind of bump heads. I don't know what they're doing. I'm going to study this thing and find out. But ants can't walk past one another without being friendly. Ants can't walk past one another but without saying, hey man, how's your day going? How's your load? Can I help you with your load? When I come back, I'll check you out and I'll see if you need any help. The ant is a friendly guy, and he's friendly with the people in the same situation as himself. I've never seen an ant walking down and joining up and carrying his grass or whatever his load is that looks miserable. He looks fulfilled. He looks full of energy, and indeed he is. And the reason he can carry such a high load is not so much because physically he's built for it, but he's got it in his head. And when you have that kind of attitude in your head, oh my word, work becomes so much more of a pleasure and the blessing that it should be. Now, work for many is a curse, and that's simply because we're doing it for the wrong reason. Work is a curse because we're doing it to make money. I'll share with you a little thing that happened recently. In our world in which we live here, there's so much unemployment. Something like 50-60% of our country are unemployed. And so I spend quite a lot of time trying to find jobs for people who come to our church. And one day I was doing this and I had a couple of people coming in and I was making my phone calls and trying to make the connection for a job. When a good friend of mine said, Trevor, what are you doing? I said, no, I'm trying to find people jobs. And he said, nah, don't do that. I said, why not? He said, because they don't need jobs. They need work. I said, what do you mean? He went back to the Garden of Eden and he said people were designed to work. Give them work. Tell them to go and volunteer at some place. Find a place where you can just serve and serve with all your own energy and be the first guy at supposed work and be the first guy there and do your job well and clean up and be the last guy to leave. Show a great attitude and your work will turn into a job. Because any boss, any manager will take a look at a guy like you working your butt off and doing so well with a great attitude. He's going to say, man, we need to employ that guy. Let's take them out of the realm of volunteers and let's put them on staff and give them a job. So I started doing that. And so some people didn't like it. They said, no, Trevor, we want you to find us a job. I need this kind of money. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to give you a job. I'm going to find you a job, but I'll find you work. So I phoned a whole crowd of my friends. I said, hey, I've got a bunch of guys that want to volunteer for you at your company. Could you use them? And they thought, that's strange. You mean somebody wants to work without pay? I said, yep. Give them a month as a volunteer in your organizations, and let's see what happens. People, it was incredible. It was incredible. I don't know. I think 1 or 2 failed in it. They didn't like it. They just wanted money. Their motive had become corrupted. But there were some that within a month, not even a month, were now on the pay list. And work had become a blessing, and they had become a blessing at their workplace. And the boss said, man, I need somebody like you. We're going to put you on the pay. We're going to pay you. Again, I come back to the story of Joseph. They recognized him for his great work ethic. Now, in a country that I don't want to sound judgmental of, our work ethic is not that great. Our work ethic is full of excuses and stuff, but let's change our attitude. Let's not do it for money. Let's do it because we just got to work and love what we do. That may sound strange, but I've got to tell you people, it's a powerful truth. Thanks for listening to me. Have a good day. Bye.